Welcome back to Days. Today we will learn about the escalating crisis that places innocence, memory, and maternal life on the line as Rachel Black's inner turmoil spills into Mrs. Brodie's classroom. Rachel Black has walked a perilous path since that fateful moment when the gun discharged, shattering her world and leaving E.J. DiMera clinging to life. Although time has passed, the psychological fragments of trauma continue to unwind within her, presenting an unpredictable storm of guilt, confusion, and emerging rage. While Rachel may lack conscious recollection of pulling the trigger, the lingering echoes of pain manifest in her behavior, impulsive outbursts, haunted gazes, and emotional vacillations that hint at a deeper fracture in her young psyche. Days of Our Lives spoilers suggest that this volatile mix of suppressed memory and grief threatens to explode in a new, shocking incident this fall, one that places not only Rachel but an entirely innocent party in grave danger. This innocent party is none other than Mrs. Brodie, the beloved high school teacher known for her gentle demeanor and patient guidance. Unbeknownst to her, Rachel's inner chaos has already created tension in their classroom. Recent interactions have grown increasingly strained. Rachel, in a moment of unintended defiance, publicly corrected Mrs. Brodie on the finer points of historical chronology, reigniting a simmering discord that had previously lain dormant. The showdown, though seemingly trivial, foreshadows far darker consequences. As viewers know, Mrs. Brodie is currently in her third trimester, her steps lighter but her vulnerability greater. Chad DiMera, recognizing the delicate balance of his sister's mental state, has beseeched his cousin Thomas to monitor any red flags, fearing that Rachel's suppressed trauma may lash out at the most unsuspecting target. Thomas DiMera, with loyalty to both family and fairness, faces an impossible dilemma. He sits beside Rachel in class, navigating the uneasy peace between two lives on a collision course, the fragile teacher carrying new life, and the broken student harboring deadly secrets. Thomas's protective instincts awaken as he notes subtle warning signs, a door slammed too forcefully, a slip of heavy breathing when Mrs. Brodie's back is turned, and scribbled journal entries hinting at nightmares in ink-black script. He memorizes the way Rachel's knuckles turn white as she grips her pen, the way her foot taps in staccato rhythms on the linoleum floor. Each detail, insignificant in isolation, coalesces into an ominous portrait. Rachel is a time bomb. Chad's voice of reason echoes in the corridors of this high school drama. He cautioned Thomas, "Keep an eye out. If Rachel starts unraveling again, we can step in before something goes horribly wrong." But how can one adolescent bear the burden of another's unraveling sanity? Thomas wrestles with guilt and duty. Should he confront Rachel directly and risk deepening her paranoia? Or should he confide in school authorities, potentially igniting a scandal that could scar both their reputations? Spoilers indicate that Thomas's choice will come at a high price, forcing him to stake his loyalty on protecting lives without betraying his cousin. Parallel to this central conflict, Kristen DiMera's absence adds another layer to the narrative. Currently serving a 6-year sentence, Kristen once stood as Rachel's redemptive guardian, the one who shielded her from the consequences of that tragic shooting. With Kristen removed from the equation, Rachel drifts unanchored, lacking a moral compass or a confidant to help process her fractured memories. Viewers have long speculated that when Kristen's return becomes inevitable, she will face the ultimate reckoning, trading her freedom to truly heal Rachel. But first, Rachel must confront her own demons, demons that threaten to harm the very people who have shown her kindness. In the coming episodes, Days of Our Lives spoilers warn of a near-cataclysmic event. A classroom scene destined to turn terrifying. Rachel, triggered by an innocent remark from Mrs. Brodie about fetal development, fractures under pressure. Perhaps it begins with trembling hands and escalates into a physical misstep, an accidental shove that sends Mrs. Brodie careening down a stairwell. Or maybe Rachel, lost in a flashback delirium, lunges forward, intending to preserve her own shaky sense of control. Whatever form the breakdown takes, the outcome will be harrowing. Mrs. Brodie's safety, and that of her unborn child, will hang in the balance. When chaos erupts, Thomas will bear witness. His account of events will determine not only Rachel's fate but also the fragile boundary between truth and protection. If he speaks out, authorities will converge on Rachel with swift judgment, possibly labeling her a danger to herself and others. If he stays silent, he becomes complicit, and the moral weight of concealment may break him. The narrative threads converge here: suppressed memory versus accountability, compassion versus self-preservation, and the high stakes of adolescent mental health. Adding an unexpected twist, spoilers hint at the discovery of Rachel's hidden journal, a leather-bound record where she unconsciously poured her nightmares onto pages. Upon finding it, Thomas grapples with exposing the journal to shed light on Rachel's mental state or returning it to her in confidence, hoping she may seek help voluntarily. This journal becomes a symbol, either a path to redemption or a weapon of exposure. Its fate lies in Thomas's hands, reinforcing the theme that in Salem, the choices of the young can reverberate with consequences far beyond their years. Viewers should also anticipate flashback sequences that clarify Rachel's mental descent. Episodes interspersed with dreamlike replays of the shooting incident will peel back the veil on what truly happened, possibly revealing Kristen's subtle tampering or a new, unseen variable deepening Rachel's confusion. This narrative device will not only heighten suspense but provide the context Rachel desperately needs to piece together her shattered identity. As the storyline unfolds, the community's reaction will enrich the drama. John Black's friends and extended family will gather in anxious solidarity, awaiting news of Mrs. Brody's condition. Chad, torn between anger at Rachel's self-destructive path and fierce loyalty as her brother, will navigate brotherly duty and moral outrage. Thomas, standing at the crossroads of loyalty and righteousness, will examine the cost of silence. And Kristen's looming return casts a long shadow over Salem's future, hinting at forgiveness, betrayal, or perhaps a shocking alliance forged from mutual desperation. Ultimately, this arc promises to explore profound questions. How do we hold accountable those who cannot remember their misdeeds? Can love and community intervention rescue a tormented soul before tragedy strikes? And will Rachel face the ultimate truth, accepting her own culpability in EJ's shooting and the harm threatening Mrs. Brody? In the world of Days of Our Lives, redemption often comes at a steep price, and the road to healing is paved with both mercy and justice. Stay tuned for spine-tingling episodes that challenge the bonds of memory, family, and moral duty. As Rachel spirals into darkness and Mrs. Brody's life trembles in the balance, one witness holds the key to their fates. Will Thomas step forward to reveal the truth, or will regret and fear bind him in silence? The answers lie ahead in Days of Our Lives' most riveting fall drama yet. Next, Days of Our Lives weekly spoilers, September 22nd to 26th, Xander's dangerous lie, EJ's risky desire, and a brewing DiMera war. The beloved daytime drama Days of Our Lives is once again proving that Salem never rests. Old wounds are reopened, secrets are covered with lies, and temptation walks hand in hand with betrayal. For the week of September 22nd to 26th, fans can expect a whirlwind of drama involving the DiMeras, the Kiriakises, and the complicated web of relationships that binds these families together. From Xander's dangerous gamble to EJ's questionable desires, let's take a closer look at the shocking storylines ahead. Xander Kiriakis, playing with fire and lies. For Xander Kiriakis, Paul Telfer, the road back to love is paved with deceit. His marriage to Sarah Horton Kiriakis, Lindsay Godfrey, has been on shaky ground for months, and though Sarah has begun to let down her guard, she may regret trusting him again. Recently, Sarah came to believe Philip Kiriakis, John Paul Lavoisier, account that Xander was not the one who attacked him. This revelation completely shifted her perspective, giving her hope that maybe she had misjudged her husband. Yet beneath this fragile reconciliation lies a ticking time bomb, because the truth is much darker. Xander did attack Philip. That fact remains, no matter how convincingly he denies it. Every word of reassurance he offers Sarah is coated in falsehood, every tender glance a mask hiding guilt. Xander's decision to double down on this lie creates a dangerous path forward. On the surface, he is trying to salvage his marriage, but underneath, he is weaving a web that may ultimately strangle his happiness. In Salem, lies never stay buried for long. When Sarah finally learns that the man she trusted is still deceiving her, the fallout could destroy not just their marriage, but the fragile peace between the Kiriakis' family members as well. Xander is playing a high-stakes game, and the house always wins in the end. E.J. DiMera, blurring lines with Cat Green. While Xander tangles himself in lies, across town E.J. DiMera, Dan Feuerriegel, finds himself entangled in something more dangerous, desire. E.J., known for mixing ruthlessness with charm, has been blurring the lines between his personal and professional life thanks to his growing connection with his new assistant, Cat Green, Annalyn McCord. It started with a flirty dinner, innocent enough on the surface, yet layered with unspoken attraction. Now, E.J. seems to want Cat all to himself. He is drawn to her sharp wit, her beauty, and perhaps most dangerously, her ability to see the man beneath the DiMera armor. But this newfound closeness will not go unnoticed. Chad DiMera, Billy Flynn, E.J.'s brother, has reasons of his own to keep Cat far away from E.J. Their complicated family history already sows seeds of rivalry, and now a potential romantic entanglement threatens to ignite a full-blown feud. The situation becomes even more precarious as Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gehring, urges Cat to flirt back with E.J. as part of their ongoing investigation. This places Cat squarely in the middle of a brewing storm, caught between her loyalty to Chad, her attraction to E.J., and her own hidden agenda. The more time she spends with E.J., the more she begins to see a man who is misunderstood rather than monstrous, charming rather than cruel. Could she fall under his spell, risking everything in the process? The brewing DiMera feud. The DiMera family has never been known for peace. Brothers have betrayed brothers, sons have defied fathers, and alliances have shattered overnight. Now, the tension between E.J. and Chad threatens to erupt into a fresh war. Cat Green is the spark, but jealousy and ambition are the fuel. If E.J. pursues Cat openly, Chad will see it as not only a betrayal of trust but also as a calculated move to undermine him. With DiMera Enterprises hanging in the balance, personal grudges could quickly turn into corporate battles. Salem has seen DiMera wars before, but this one could reshape the family dynasty in ways no one expects. Alex and Stephanie, calm before the storm. Amid all the turmoil, Alex Kiriakis, Robert Scott Wilson, and Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, are basking in their own happiness. The couple has just taken a major step forward by moving in together, marking a milestone that promises stability and joy. They laugh, they celebrate, and for a moment, life feels peaceful. But seasoned Days of Our Lives fans know that happiness in Salem is rarely more than an interlude. The calm never lasts. With storm clouds gathering all around, the DiMera feud, Xander's lies, E.J.'s temptations, Alex and Stephanie's domestic bliss may be tested sooner than they realize. When the fallout from other storylines crashes into their lives, will their bond be strong enough to withstand the shockwaves? Thomas DiMera, the young spy. Adding yet another layer of intrigue, young Thomas DiMera, Carrie Christopher, is busy with a spy report of his own. Though still a child, Thomas has inherited the sharp instincts of the DiMera family and is keeping a watchful eye on the chaos around him. What he sees, and what he chooses to reveal, could prove crucial in the battles to come. Sometimes, the smallest voices carry the most devastating truths. Final thoughts, a week of secrets, lies, and dangerous choices. The week of September 22nd to 26th in Salem promises to be unforgettable. Xander's lie may buy him time with Sarah, but the truth is a shadow waiting to strike. E.J.'s attraction to Cat risks igniting not only a scandal but also a family feud that could tear the DiMeras apart. Cat herself stands at a crossroads, torn between duty and desire, while Alex and Stephanie enjoy the fragile calm before their own storm. And through it all, the younger generation, represented by Thomas, watches, listens, and prepares to change the game in unexpected ways. Days of Our Lives has always thrived on drama, deception, and dangerous love affairs. This upcoming week will be no different, offering fans the perfect mix of romance, betrayal, and shocking revelations. For longtime viewers, it is yet another reminder that in Salem, nothing stays secret for long, and everyone pays the price eventually.